అందరూ కూడా చెప్పుకోండి. శరదిందు సమాకారే
शरदिन्दु समाकारे
పరబ్రహ్మస్వరూపిణి
परब्रह्मस्वरूपिणि
వాసరాపీఠ నిలయే
वासरापीठनिलये
సరస్వతి నమోస్తుతే.
सरस्वति नमोस्तुते.
సార్ నౌ శ్రీ వెంకట గారు ప్లీజ్.
నమస్కారం. నమస్కారం.
రాణి గారు హ్యావ్ ఎంటర్డ్?
సార్.
ఓకే సార్, ప్లీజ్ be available. You require about 20 minutes time for your presentations. Ravani garu.
Yeah.
Okay. Now Venkat garu, you please start Sundarkanda. Yes, sir. I am able to.
We finished the last class. We finished this shloka Ramasya Shahita Yoga. So now we will go to the next shloka. Dhritir. Dhriti. So make sure you know that there is a Mahaprana here. Dhritir. Drishti. Dhritir. So if you see in English, there is a R with a dot. It is a Rikara. Okay? And Mahaprana is there. Dhritir. Drishtir. Matir. Dakshyam. So this is a Sha is there. Okay? Dhritir. Drishtir. Matir. Dakshyam. Sa karmasu na sidati. Dhritir, drishtir, matir, dakshyam, sa karmasu na sidati. Next line, sataihi sambhavitaha. Sataihi sambhavitaha becomes satai sambhavitaha. Whenever the visarga is followed by an S, that visarga will be replaced by next letter, which is sa. Satai sambhavitaha. And then whenever a visarga is followed by a pa, that sound will be changed to pa. Sambhavitah pujyah. So if you have an English script, you can replace that with an F sound. Sambhavitah pujyah. Pratipanna prayojanaha. Pratipanna prayojanaha. So Narayana Srikriti will repeat. Okay. Everyone please repeat loud. Okay. Even though you are on mute, please repeat loud. Okay. 2 times. Dhritir drishtir matir dakshyam.
Dhritir drishtir matir dakshyam. Dhritir drishtir matir dakshyam.
Sakarmasu nasidati.
Sakarmasu nasidati. Sakarmasu nasidati.
Tatai sambhavitah pujyah.
Satai sambhavitah pujyah. Satai sambhavitah pujyah.
Pratipanna prayojanah.
Pratipanna prayojanah. Pratipanna prayojanah.
We will chant 2 padams together. Okay. Dhritir drishtir matir dakshyam. Sakarmasu nasidati.
Dhritir drishtir matir dakshyam. Sakarmasu nasidati. Dhritir drishtir matir dakshyam. Sakarmasu nasidati.
Satai sambhavitah pujyah. Pratipanna prayojanah.
Satai sambhavitah pujyah. Pratipanna prayojanah. Satai sambhavitah pujyah. Pratipanna prayojanah.
So that is very good. Pujyaha కలిపి చెప్పినప్పుడు పూజ్య ప్రతిపన్న వస్తుంది. సో విడివిడిగా చెప్తే పూజ్యః, కలిపి చెప్తే పూజ్య. వెరీ గుడ్. సో విల్ చాంట్ వన్స్ అగైన్ మొత్తం శ్లోకం. గురుగారు మీనింగ్ చెప్పిన తర్వాత మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి ఫుల్గా చెప్దాం. గురుగారు మీరు అన్మ్యూట్ చేసుకోవాలి.
మీనింగ్ ముందర చెప్పేనా, ఇప్పుడు చెప్పేనా?
మొత్తం చెప్పిన తర్వాత మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి మొత్తం శ్లోకం 2 సార్లు చెప్పిస్తాం.
ఓకే. యా, ద మీనింగ్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ shloka is The context is Hanuman. By that time, he has crossed several hurdles, including, first of all, the first hurdle was flying over the ocean. Second one, getting Mainaka and then crossing him. Then third one, Nagamata. Then fourth one, then Simhika. That is, she is a demon. He has crossed all these things wonderfully. So all the gods who are observing the heroic deeds of Hanuman, they are extremely pleased and they started praising Hanuman. He says, all the gods, they say, you see, you are having 4 great qualities. One is Dhruti, second is Drushti, third one is Mati, and fourth one is Dakshya. Dhruti means tenacity. If you take up one activity, you should struggle hard till you complete it. You should not leave it in between. That is called Dhruti. Then Drushti means vision, long vision. Suppose normally, if a company is there, they will be planning for next 5 years, next 10 years, like that. If a country is there, they have to plan next 5 years, next 10 years, next 50 years. That is called Drushti. It's not ordinary sight. It is a long vision. That is called Drushti. Then Mati, it is the brilliance in this context. Spontaneous reaction for any new problem that is coming out. Most of the things Hanuman never expected in between. Mainaka came in between, immediately gave a kick, first of all. Then Nagamata came, he did not kick. He became very small, entered into her stomach and immediately came out without killing her. Third one, when this Rakshasi is there, Simhika, then immediately he killed her. Spontaneously he has to take a decision. That type of intelligent way of handling the situation, in this case, that is introduced by the word Mati. Then Dakshyam, the capability, that is most important. Only when you are Daksha, capable, then only you will be able to do all these things. You must be physically, bodily, you must be strong, mentally you must be strong, and that willpower must be there, and it must be very fast also. Once you start, you must start. Now, why actually we have taken up this shloka is, all the children who are participating in our class today, they must try to possess these things. Normally, children will be having, but they have to further, they have to be improved. They have to be increased. The tenacity must be increased by all the students. The long vision, yes, I should be an IAS officer, IPS officer, something like that. Actually, they must, or I should become a doctor, I should become an engineer. That is a long vision, long plan. And then acquiring all the requirements, getting all the tools required, getting highly qualified. You must be always number one in your class. Dakshata, that is your capability, you must be able to. So a person who is having all these 4 qualities, important qualities, he will never fail in his actions. Karmasu nasidati, that type of person will never perish. He will always be successful. Now, Hanuman, who has Pratipanna Prayojana, he has put a target before him. Yes, immediately I should cross this ocean. He got that Prayojan. Then I should start searching for Sita after reaching the other side of this ocean. That person now, in between itself, he is highly praised. Sambhavitaha, he is highly respected, he is felicitated. And then he is Pujya, he was also worshipped also. He himself is worship worthy and he got felicitated by all the gods. That is the meaning of this shloka. So you should try to acquire these things and then try to improve further. That is the purpose of this class actually. Yes, sir. You can proceed, sir.
We will chant the complete shloka and everyone please repeat the whole shloka 2 times. Dhritir drishtir matir dakshyam sakarmasu nasidati tatai sambhavitah pujyah pratipanna प्रयोजनः
धृतिर्दृष्टिर्मतिर्दाक्ष्यं सकर्मसु न सीदति सतैः सम्भावितः पूज्यः प्रतिपन्नप्रयोजनः धृतिर्दृष्टिर्मतिर्दाक्ष्यं सकर्मसु न सीदति सतैः सम्भावितः पूज्यः प्रतिपन्नप्रयोजनः.
Very good. So now we will move on to the next shloka. So if we feel sad, if we are not happy with what we are achieving, what we can. Okay. So can look at the script. Imam to Vishamam, Durgam, Lankam. Observe all the long letters. Okay. Imam to Vishamam, Durgam, Lankam, Ravana. Make sure Ana is pronounced as Ana, not Anna. Ravana, Palitam, Prapyapi, Sa Mahabahu, Kim Karishyati. Mahabahu, Kim Karishyati. If you say together, Bahu Kim becomes Bahu Kim Karishyati. Raghavaha, Mahaprana Gha. Okay. Whenever there is a Mahaprana, make sure you pronounce it fully correctly. Imam tu Vishamam Durgam, Lankam Ravana Palitam, Prapyapi Samahabahu, Kim Karishyati Raghavaha. Imam tu Vishamam Durgam,
Imam tu Vishamam Durgam, Imam tu Vishamam Durgam,
Lankam Ravana Palitam,
Lankam Ravana Palitam, Lankam Ravana Palitam,
Prapyapi Samahabahu,
Prapyapi Samahabahu, Prapyapi Samahabahu,
Kim Karishyati Raghavaha,
Kim Karishyati Raghavaha, Kim Karishyati Raghavaha.
two padams together, loud. Imam tu Vishamam Durgam, Lankam Ravana Palitam,
Imam tu Vishamam Durgam, Lankam Ravana Palitam. Imam tu Vishamam Durgam, Lankam Ravana Palitam.
Prapyapi Samahabahu, Kim Karishyati Raghavaha,
Prapyapi Samahabahu, Kim Karishyati Raghavaha. Prapyapi Samahabahu, Kim Karishyati Raghavaha.
Now the meaning of this shloka, the context. Now first sarga is over. Now we enter into second sarga. Hanuman reached the other shore of the ocean. That is, he has reached Lanka. Then he started observing the city of Lanka. Then actually he has seen, he outside the fortress, కోటకి బయట ఉన్నాడు. అక్కడ నుంచి కోట పై నుంచి చూస్తున్నాడు. He is observing it. It's very, very tough to enter into the city of Lanka. Everywhere the security people are there. Everywhere the missiles were installed on the fortress. Everywhere the military people are safeguarding the city. He did not find a convenient point from which he can enter immediately. Then actually he went into depression. Now, if the city is protected by Ravana like this, without giving any scope to the enemies of Ravana, then how what Rama can do even if he comes here? That is normal, but what is the stature of Rama? Actually, here he has used one great word called as Mahabahuhu Raghavaha. Why that word Mahabahuhu must be used? There is a meaning behind it. What are the great achievements of Sri Rama by this time? By the time Hanuman started coming to Lanka, what are the great achievements Rama has achieved? First of all, he has killed Tataka, the demoness, which is having the strength of more than 1,000 elephants. Second, he killed Subahu, and then he has driven away Maricha. Then he went to Mithila Nagaram and he has broken that Shivadhanusu. Actually, while bending it, by itself it has broken. There actually the word Mahabahu, because the Dhanus, that is not, the bow is not suitable for his hands. It is inferior, if at all. So that word. More than that, once he reached Kishkindha to have friendship with Sugriva, Sugriva put certain tests for Sri Rama. Then actually he has struck 7 Tala Vrukshas with a single arrow. The arrow goes into the Patal Loka, then it cuts all the 7 trees, goes to the Patal Loka, and comes back and again joins his Tunira. Such a powerful person. More than that, he has killed Vali also. Vali has defeated Ravana very easily. That type of Ravana, that type of Sri Rama, who could kill Vali, but here Ravana's Lanka is much more difficult. It's not simple Kishkindha like. The preparations made by Ravana are very terrible. What Rama can do, even though he's having all these great virtues, that is the administration of Ravana, actually we should admire in the words of Hanuman. But at the same time, normally we may be facing certain problems. We may get demoralized at the first instance. Hanuman did not stop, he did not go back. Actually, the depression comes. It is only momentary. He should proceed further, he thought. So that's why, even if depression comes before going into the exams, let us say, so I am not fully prepared. Can I write the exams? Will I succeed in the exams? That type of depression may come to almost all the students. But your preparation is there. No, go ahead. Face the exams. Get the ranks. Succeed in your mission. That type of actually follow-up must be there. So here actually this is an indicator what type of weakness may enter into our minds. It has come into the mind of Hanuman itself. It may come into our minds. But Hanuman has succeeded. He has overcome. So also we should also overcome whenever the depression enters into our mind. That is a brief meaning of this great shloka.
So we all heard the meaning, right? So now let us chant the whole shloka and try to memorize this shloka, okay? Properly, you have to pronounce exactly, properly, and memorize also. Okay? So we'll repeat it twice after I chant the whole shloka. Okay? Imam tu vishamam ghoram lankam ravana palitam prapyapi samahabahu kim karishyati raghavah.
Imam tu vishamam durgam lankam ravana palitam prapyapi samahabahu kim karishyati raghavah. Imam tu vishamam durgam lankam ravana palitam prapyapi samahabahu kim karishyati raghavah.
Very good. So this audio, whatever we are learning, audios also are there in the Google Drive. If you see in the description of the WhatsApp link, and Guru Garu will send the video links later, and you will be able to see those all the previous classes also.
Okay,
Thank
sir.
you. Now we'll go on to the next topic.
Okay, sir. Now we will go to a different second topic. Here actually, normally we are having several gods. Sri Mahavishnu is there. Then Ishvara is Shiva is there. Parvati is there. Lakshmi Devi is there. Saraswati Devi is there. Then Subramanya Swami is there. Vinayaka are there. Several gods we are having. We should get by heart at least one poem or one shloka for each god, because we may be going on pilgrimage, we will be reaching to different temples. There actually we should not be silent, not just looking at the god. We should be able to say one shloka in his praise. Now today we will take up one such a shloka, that is on Kumaraswamy. Okay, that is on Skanda. Now I will go into screen share. Just a minute. Now I will pronounce word by word. Then you can follow on.
Yeah, yeah. So Skanda will repeat word by word the whole shloka. I will.
Okay, sir. Drushi Skandamurtihi. Chapandi.
Drishi Skandamurtihi.
Shrutau Skandakirtihi.
Shritau Skandakirtihi.
Mukhe me pavitram.
Mukhe me pavitram.
Sada
Sada
Tacharitram.
Sacharitram.
Kare
Kare
Tasya
Tasya
Krutyam. Krutyam
Krityam
Vapustasya
Vapustasya
Krutyam.
Prityam
Brut.
Prityam
Not a dhru. Bhrutyam. It is bhru.
Prityam Prityam
Guhe Santu.
Guhe Santu
Lina
Lina
Mama Sesha
Abhashe Mama Shesha
Bhavaha.
Bhavaha.
Yeah. Drushi. Now I have the sentence. Drushi Skandamurtihi.
Drishskandamurtihi
Shrutau Skandakirtihi.
Shrutau Skandakirtihi
Mukhe me pavitram.
Mukhe me pavitram
Sada Tacharitram.
Tata Tacharitram
Kare Tasya Krutyam.
Kare Tasya Kritam Krityam
Vapustasya Bhrutyam.
Vapustasya Bhrityam
Mali repeat chesna. Vapustasya Bhrutyam.
Vapustasya Bhrityam
Guhe Santulena.
Guhe Santu Lina
Mama Sesha Bhavaha.
Mama Shesha Bhavaha.
One line at a time. Drushi Skandamurtihi. Shrutau Skandakirtihi.
Drishskandamurtihi Shrutau Skandakirtihi
Mukhe me pavitram. Sada Tacharitram.
Mukhe me pavitram Sada
Charitram.
Charitram
Kare Tasya Krutyam. Vapustasya Bhrutyam.
Kare Tasya Krityam
Vapustasya
Vapustasya Prityam
Guhe Santulena Mama Sesha Bhavaha.
Guhe Santu Lina
Mama Sesha.
Shesha Bhavaha.
How our devotion should be, that is described here. My eyes, we are having several limbs, several organs are there. Drushi Skanda in my eyes always the form of Kumaraswamy or Subramanya Swami or Murugan. That must be always, that is, I must be always seeing the form of Subramanya Swami or Murugan, whatever name, with whatever you may call. Shrotau Skanda Kirtihi, the great stories of Skanda, the great stories of Kumaraswamy or Subramanya Swami, always I must be hearing. Because he is the commander-in-chief of all the gods, Subramanya Swami. And my mouth, what it should do? Mukhe me pavitram sada tacharitram. My mouth always must be pronouncing the great stories of Subramanya. Then what about my hands? Karetasya krutyam. My hands always must be busy for through worshipping Lord Subramanya. For puja, my hands must be busy. Vapustasya bhrutyam. My entire body, it must be a servant. It must be in the service of Lord Subramanya. Then what about my mind? Guhe santulina mama sesha bhava. All my thoughts must be only around Subramanya Swami only. This actually not this application of different parts is not just for only Subramanya. This applies to all gods actually whenever we pray. Okay? Please get by heart all this shloka. Thank you, sir.
So that was Skanda who was repeating. So because
Yeah,
it's Skanda Kirti.
excellent. Skanda is a gift to you. Okay? Nice.
Yes, Skanda, it's for you.
Now, Ravana garu, are you ready?
Yeah, you can stop sharing, sir.
Yes, sir. Ravana garu. Ravana garu.
Okay, నేను స్టార్ట్ చేయనా?
Please
Yeah,
start.
start change.
మీరు స్క్రీన్ షేర్ చేసి మీరు కనిపించండి.
ఓకే సార్, జస్ట్ 1 minute సార్.
Yes, sir.
So can you see this, sir?
Yes, sir. We are able to slightly
Okay.
adjust it. Yes,
So
sir.
in this session, just namaskaram. So in the last session, just 2 weeks back, we have learnt about Mitra Labham. So Panchatantra is divided into 5 parts. The first part is Mitra Labham. From that, we have learned 2 stories. Mitra Labham, that is gaining of friendship. How one can become a friend and the advantages of friendship and so many. In the second part today, Mitra Bheda. In this, it is quite reverse to that first one. It is you are losing your friendship. How you are going to lose this friendship? Due to various reasons. Reasons means disputes or mischievous acts of some persons, or some differences, or some misunderstandings like that, or some cheating, or somebody may cheat you, and then this is how this friendship you may lose the friendship. So in this story, this story is related to a sadhu. So he was cheated by a person. Actually, that person was a cheat, in fact. So sadhu was not knowing. So how it has happened? Most of you must be knowing who is a sadhu and how he looks like. You find them in temples, near temples, and just in pilgrim centers and near river fronts and like that. So this sadhu, he was staying in a village. So there is a temple in that particular village. He was residing in that temple. It is situated at the in the outskirts of the temple, outskirts of the village. So he was a learned man, and he was respected by all the villagers. Whenever these villagers they come to that temple, they also visit this man, this holy man, sadhu. They get blessings from the sadhu. In return, they offer some food, fruits, and some money, and some valuables, and clothes, etc. So what this sadhu used to do? He got one bad habit. That is, bad habits is that quality, because most of us are having that. we don't trust someone, strangers. We don't trust anyone if we are selfish. So the sadhu was like that. So what he used to do, he used to carry a bag. In that particular bag, he used to keep all the money and valuables, whatever these visitors, these his devotees have given, he used to give. He keep that bag under his arm, fully secured and concealed in a bag, concealed in a robe. So nobody could find out what is there in the bag. That is how he used to protect it, secure it. So one day what happened? A stranger, he came to the temple and he has seen from a distance, he has seen what the sadhu was doing. See, he has seen this sadhu is getting this offering in the form of money and valuables. This sadhu is keeping that all that money and valuables in the bag and concealing it in it. So this stranger said, yeah, in fact, he was a cheat. He thought, so I had to get that bag. I had to steal it anyhow. But how can he do it? So he has planned in such a way. He went to that sadhu. He was alone. That sadhu was alone. At that time, he went there. He just immediately fell on the feet of that sadhu and prostrated on him by uttering Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, chanting Om Namah Shivaya mantra. The sadhu wondered, so who is this person? He has fallen suddenly on my feet and he's chanting this Om Namah Shivaya and all. He said, so who are you? So why have you come to me? So what do you want? So immediately this fellow said, oh Guruji, I want peace of mind and jnana. I am alone. I am a stranger. I don't have anyone here. So you have to save me from this worldly life. I require your peace of mind, jnana. So I want to be your disciple. Sadhu was very happy. So he was getting such a young man as his disciple. He thought, okay, I agree for you. I agree for you. Yes, I will make you my disciple. I accept you as my disciple, but with one condition. What is that condition? So the condition is during daytime, you can stay with me in the temple premises, but at night you should not be here. You have to sleep outside. There is a hut there. So in the night you have to spend you have to sleep there and you have to spend your time there only. Only in the morning you have to come back. That is that what is the thing? That is the condition you have to obey. This fellow was agreed, gladly agreed, because his sadhu, he accepted him as his disciple. So he may said, from that day onwards, he was very obedient. He was doing all the work of the sadhu. He used to massage his hands and feet, and he used to clean the utensils, he used to clean the cloths, and he used to sweep the entire temple premises. So he was so obedient. The sadhu thought, okay, I got a very good assistant. So I am very happy now. So I can do many things. I can favor him one day. Like that, he was passing that time. One day, what happened? This fellow said, "So how long I have to work for him? So he's not giving that back to me. He is not trusting me anymore. What should I do? How can I get that back? Because I don't have any other work except to steal that bag. So I require that bag very badly." He was thinking like that. So one day, fortunately for this cheat, so a young man has come to that sadhu and requested and told him, so my father sent me to you, sir. So there is a ceremony, a sacred ceremony in my house. So you should be there. So we require your presence. So you have to perform that ritual. So sadhu agreed. Okay, myself and my assistant, we both will come to you in the morning. So you should be ready with all the things. So we are coming. So don't worry, like that. He immediately told that disciple, so be ready, get all the things ready for us. So tomorrow we are leaving for that village to that young man's house. There is a ceremony. So we will have, we have to be there in the afternoon like that. So this assistant said, okay, sir, okay, Guruji, so I am ready. So next morning they started towards that village. On the way, what happened? The sadhu they came across a river. The sadhu said, oh, before performing this ritual and all everything, I should take bath and I have to relieve myself. So he said to that assistant, so I am going to take bath in the river. I want to fresh up. You guard my things, these clothes, and they also bag, the money bag also. So he was so happy, the assistant. So unfortunately, he got that opportunity. So he said, okay, Guruji, don't mind, don't worry for this. So you leisurely take your bath. So I'm here only. I will guard you all. I will take care of all these things. So he was telling very politely. He was telling very obediently. So he told the sadhu. Sadhu believed him, and he left all his things there, that money bag and all, concealed in the rope. He specifically told him, so be careful. So don't go and don't leave this place. They stay here until I come back. So Sadhu left to take the bath. After some time, after a few minutes, after 10 minutes or like that, 15 minutes like that, when he came back, so meanwhile, this fellow, this fellow has done, he has snatched that bag and left that robe and other things, all useless things. He snatched the bag with full of money and valuables and left that place, vanished from the scene. So he has gone to some other place immediately. After a few minutes, when this fellow came, the sadhu returned. He found nothing there. He could not find him as well as his bag. So he was very sorry. Yes, he was very sad and frustrated, disappointed. And he thought, so where this fellow has gone? So where is my money bag? So I don't find anything here. So I lost everything. He was crying like anything. So in angry, so he shouted like anything. Oh rascal, come back. Where are you? Where have you gone? So where is my money bag? What have you done with all these things? So he was crying like that. He was shouting like that. But it is futile. It's nothing, just there's no use of shouting. So where is that fellow? He has already vanished from the scene. He has taken that bag. He left that place. So that is so. This fellow, the sadhu thought, okay, he must have gone to that village. He proceeded to towards village, but he searched here and there, but nowhere he could not find this thing. So immediately he came back to the temple, and that moral, just he realized, so I have done a very bad thing by trusting this fellow stranger. Never, we should not believe strangers and their sweet words. This is the moral. The moral is from the pictures you can see what that situation and all everything. The moral is, do not be taken in by the sweet words of a swindler or cheat. Swindler means usually the person who cheats, who manipulates things. So who usually they cheat good people. Good people in sense, they usually they get into the trap of that these cheats. So that's why we should not believe strangers first. We should not believe their words. If they say, oh, you are very nice, you are very good, you are so great, and like that, you never believe such words. Because a stranger, how can he know, yes, you are very good and very nice? So that's why this is the lesson one has to learn. How, because in the beginning, they are very good, but in the end, what happened? So they are divided. So this is how a friendship or any relationship, it gets divided. They have one has to part the way. So the damage occur like that. So until unless, so we are careful. Yes, we should be choosy. This is the moral of the story. So I want the feedback this thing. If you find any such person or anyone, just you can mention it, because this is not the time for you, because when you are grown up, you will find all these things. You will face all these things. This is the story. So now we are going to the second part of the thing, lesson. This is not a lesson. Our great Indian heroes, the great kings. What? Just tell. So now we have so many heroes, great kings in our past. Our country had so many freedom fighters, emperors, kings. So one such person is Rana Maharana Pratap. You must be knowing that Rajasthan, there is a place called Rajasthan in our country. It is now a state. At one point of time, so a few hundred years back, or just 500, 600 years back, so ours was only one unit, Akhanda Bharat. So there was no division of Rajasthan like that. So at that time, during this Muslim rule, when they invaded our country, so many Muslim rulers have come. One such Muslim ruler was, there were just Mughal rulers, Mughal empires, emperors. So during that particular period, that was in 15th century like that, 500 years back. So there was a place called Mewar in the northwestern part of Rajasthan. It was a small place, small kingdom, we can say. That was ruled by Sisodia Rajput families. Sisodia is a clan, just like our surnames. Our family names are there, no? Just like that, that Sisodia Rajput family, because that was ruled by Rajasthan is famous for Rajputs. So there were small kingdoms there in Rajasthan. So one of the kingdom was Mewar. That is not one. That was ruled by the Sisodia Rajputs. So in that particular family, so there was a king, Raja Uday Singh. So he had a son, Pratap. Raja Uday Singh and this Pratap, he was born just in the year 1540. His mother was, Rana Pratap, mother was Jayavanti Bhai. So during that particular period, that Mughal rule, Mughal empire, Akbar was the ruler, Akbar was the emperor. So it was this entire empire, Mughal empire, it stretched from the north to south, almost. But some few parts of the Rajasthan and the northwestern, they are left out. But many of the Rajput kings and kingdoms, they surrendered to Akbar, or either they conquered their kingdoms or conquered by the Mughal, the Akbar, except a few like Rana Pratap, Mewar. Mewar was not a part of Mughal Empire at that time. Akbar thought, just Mughal Empire, they thought, just at any cost, at any rate, so we had to conquer this Mewar, but they could not do anything. After the death of his father, Uday Singh, he became the king of Mewar, Rana Pratap. So every king, usually whenever they ascend, they take over a kingdom. So they carry some title. So that is how he was. He got the title of Mewari Rana. Subsequently, just Mewari Rana or Maharana Pratap, Maharana. So they are just more and more. Maharana means big. Maharana is Mewar is related to that particular place. Mewari Rana. So people usually call Maharana Pratap for his bravery and fearlessness, and he is a great fighter. So, and because a Hindu king, see, he always tried to protect the Hindu dharma. See, he didn't like that Mughal rule, Muslim rule, their domination. So he was always ready to fight with them. So Akbar and Mughal Empire, they could not do anything at that particular point of time. So after a few days, after some time, what happened? Since Mughal, Akbar thought he has sent a huge army to Mewar to occupy that Mewar kingdom as well as this Maharana Pratap. Compared with the Mughal army, the size of Mewar army is very small. Even then, they are very expert. Maharana Pratap and his army, they are expert in guerrilla war. Guerrilla war, you know? So do you know that guerrilla war means is a tactical war. So even though the number is small, so they adopt very tactical war fighting tactics. So they hide in hills and terrains and bushes and everything. They create all obstacles to the upcoming army. So they cause so much of damage in the guerrilla war. You can't find the persons there, but you will suffer a loss, very big loss. So that is the tactics they adopted. So even then, the battle, and the army, Mughal army, and the battle between Mughal army and the Mewar army, the Rana Pratap's army, it took place at a place called Haldi Ghati. The Haldi Ghati place, it has become very famous in our history because Maharana Pratap's army, they fought like anything, very ferociously with the Mughal army. But even since the size of the army is very small, so Mughal army, they dominated and captured the fort. There's a fort. The capital of the Mewar is Chittorgarh. Chittorgarh is a beautiful city. It has got a very big fort. Chittorgarh. Garh means a fort. It's a fort. In Hindi or just in the Garh means a fort. So Chittorgarh, it was occupied by this Mughal army. In the battlefield, what happened? Maharana Pratap, he had got a very good horse named Chatak. It was very faithful and obedient. He liked Maharana Pratap like anything. And at the same time, Maharana Pratap, he also liked that horse. It was very intelligent. In the battle, Maharana Pratap, he was wounded like anything. Very badly he was injured. So at that time, this horse, even though it is also injured, it took him and ran and left that place, battlefield, and rescued him. And it has taken him to the nearby hills in the forest. So that is how the Chatak rescued him. But due to these injuries, it died. It sacrificed its life for the cause of Rana Pratap and his kingdom, that's Mewar. So that's how this Chatak. So the second thing is, after uh, leaving that battlefield, Maharana Pratap and his army, because there are so very few persons they are left out, his followers. So they are hiding in the forest, in the hillocks. So because Mughal army already occupied this kingdom, his fort, Chittorgarh. So he was waiting for the time to fight back. Meanwhile, what happened? Akbar, this Mughal army, so they were very happy. They were spending that time. Akbar, he didn't bother to look towards Mewar because it's very small. He has not concentrated on it. He has got other avocations and other things. So Maharana Pratap, he has taken that as an opportunity. He thought, okay, this is the right time to fight back and to capture our kingdom back. So immediately he went with his army, very big army, whatever he has. He fought with the Mughal army who were there in the Chittorgarh in Mewar. So he defeated them. And he got back his kingdom. He regained his kingdom. He recaptured his kingdom. That is how Rana Pratap was very famous for his valor, and yes, he was very fearless. In the process, what happened? So while capturing the fort, so here his army, they also captured some women of Mughal, the Muslim women, Mughal women. So immediately, because he has shown so much of respect, he said, okay, leave them, don't harm them. So send them back with honors. So like that, he has shown extreme respect to the Muslim women, whoever it may be, towards ladies and so that is the nature of this Maharana Pratap. So from the pictures, he died at the age of 56. So while in an accident, while he has gone for hunting, so from the pictures you can see the Maharana Pratap. He was sitting on he was riding a horse. That is Chatak. Is a famous Chatak. So this name Chatak, you find that scooters and all some vehicles are also named after that Chatak. It's very famous. And then there is a coin minted in 2003 on that Maharana Pratap. You can see his figure. And there is this Chatak is injured. In the injured Chatak, it was after rescuing this Maharana Pratap, he died. No, meanwhile the Maharana Pratap, you can see him, so consoling the Chatak and crying for it. And this is the Chittorgarh fort. Chittorgarh fort is very famous. Now it is a tourism place. It is very famous for its greenery and all everything. The fort is also a very beautiful fort.
Okay.
So this is the thing just about Rana Pratap. Just recently, just in the month of January 19th, no, we have celebrated his death anniversary. Because he died in the year 1597. 19 January, his death anniversary we have celebrated. So this is how we have to remember our great heroes, our great kings who have fought for our Hindu Dharma.
Very nice.
These things are not available in other texts. Okay, this in the next class we are going to come with another story. Okay, right. I want your feedback, please.
Yeah, we'll get it later. Time is short, sir. Ravana garu. Now let us go for next item.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, sir. Now Bhaskar garu. Bhaskar, please unmute yourself. Thank you. Thank you, Ravana garu, for giving excellent story. Actually, this story of Rana Pratap was told earlier, but any number of times we can hear. Absolutely, it's not one time. Ramayana was written by several great people, because every time it will be always new. So there is no repetition problem while hearing the same story, even though it is second time. Thank you, Ravana garu. Yeah, now Bhaskar. Now we welcome Bhaskar for our subject of Vedic mathematics. All the children will be very alert now. Immediately, they'll take up papers. Ready? Start. 1, 2, 3. This book is
okay. Good morning to all, and good evening to Indian citizens. Okay. Like previous class, we have discussed Ekanyunena Purvena. In that, we have discussed case 1, and both numbers has equal number of digits, and when previous number has less number of digits. I have informed I will discuss case 3 in the next class. So I am discussing, and previous number has more number of digits. That means the case of
example.
99 into 345. That means more number of digits in other number than number of nines. Here number of nines are 2. Here the number of digits are 3.
Bhaskar, that number is not seen. We could not see that screen. 99 into.
Okay.
It's not visible.
Are you able to see now?
Yes, we are able
99 into 3.
Yes, we are able to see.
Okay. Okay. 99 into 345. I'll give step-by-step explanation parallelly, so you can write it and you can do it. First, I will explain and then I will give the notes so that you can note down. How many number of nines are there? 2 nines are there. Okay. What is the previous number? 345. 345 minus 1. 345 minus 1. equal to 344. Okay. Means 1 less than previous number. Now you start counting from right to left. Number of digits. How many number of nines are there? That many digits you count. Two nines are there. Here 1, 2. Here you bisect. Okay. Now consider this as a left part, this as a right part. I'll do one thing. Just I'll now I will take it as a separate step, bisecting the number. Okay. Left part is 3 and right part is 44. Okay. And then now from step 2 result, that means 344. Step 2 result is 344. 345 minus 1, 344 minus left part, that means 3 equals to 341. And 99 minus right part 44 is equal to 355. Just append these. I am not saying add these. If I say add these, it will give another meaning. Just append or join in the same order. 341 and 55. That is the answer. Okay. I will give step by step in note so that you can note it down. Why I have discussed before giving notes is, when we are explaining, it will look lengthy, but when you are doing, it is very small. Okay. If we ask, how will you ride a bicycle? You will say, I will hold the handle, I will pedal it, and I will balance, all these things. But when you are doing, all these things are happening subconsciously, not even consciously. Subconsciously, you are doing everything. So once you understand this concept, you can do it subconsciously. No need of attention also. Just you can do it. So I give step-by-step procedure. 345, 99 into 345. Okay. I am taking step 1. Subtract. You can note it down. Subtract 1 from previous number. That means 345 minus 1 equals to 344. Step 1. And then step 2.
Bhaskar, your writing is not seen. Only previous numbers are there. Whatever are you writing something? No, that we are.
Subtract 1 from previous number.
That line we have not
This
seen.
one is visible.
No, that line we could not see.
Some problems I don't
Only-
think why it is happening. Now
Yeah, now we are able to.
I think it is sharing only. And now are you able to see the sum?
Yes, we are able to.
Okay.
What the previous steps we are not able to see. Only your wording is now coming.
Okay. It's not a problem. I am
Okay.
giving a
Okay, it's all right.
here. It is.
Yeah.
Subtract 1 from previous number
Yes.
and
Let's go. Let's go.
bisect the number, bisect the step 1 result based on number of nines. Right to left. Okay. Now, step 3. Subtract left part of step 2 from step 1 result. -344 minus 3 is equals to 341. And step 4, subtract the right part of step 2 from all lines number. In this example, all lines number is 99. Step 5. Actually, step 5 is not there. Just join step 3 and step 4 results in order. That means 341 and 55. Don't use the word add. You can say join or append. Append step 3 and step 4 result in order. That is the final answer. When we are explaining, it may look a little lengthy, but when you are doing, you will do it very easily. Okay, first understand the things, then you can do it very easily. Okay, note down. I'll wait for 5 more minutes. So note down.
Yes, sir. Next. ఎలా ఆలోచిస్తున్నారు?
Wait, sir. People are noting down, so that's why I have given small.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Once after
You
3
take
minutes, I'll be asking the questions. You will be doing on your own and putting the answer in the chat box. Okay. I'll explain one more example. After that, you can do.
ఇంకా వస్తూనే ఉంటారు వీళ్ళు. Go ahead.
Okay. One more example. I'm doing 999
రాసుకోరా,
into
రాసేయ్. నువ్వు రాసి నువ్వు రాయే.
4, 5, 6, 7. Okay.
గురు గురువు గారు మీ స్క్రీన్ మారట్లేదు మాకు, మీరేం చెప్తున్నారో
ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్
కనిపించట్లేదు.
కనిపించట్లేదు.
మీరు మళ్ళీ
Creating a problem. I don't know why it is happening today.
మీరు స్క్రీన్
లేకపోతే మీరు ఇచ్చే ప్రాబ్లం చాట్ లో పెట్టండి, నెక్స్ట్ ప్రాబ్లం అందరూ
You
చేస్తారు.
please, vocally, you please say, Bhaskar garu. You tell the problem, they will do it. Yeah. Just go. Come on.
Yeah. 999 into 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
అలాగే.
You can do it. You can do it. Today there is a problem with the Zoom. Even I have faced some issues in afternoon also. This class is 1.5 hour class. So somebody is okay. People kept the answers. So for the benefit of people who didn't understand, I am explaining one more time. Just observe. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 minus 1 is 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. Next, bisecting the number based on number of nines. 6, 7, 7. Start counting from right to left. 1, 2, 3. Why we have taken 3 digits? There are 3 nines are there. Left part is 45. Right part is 677. Next step is minus 45 is equal to 4, 5, 6, 25 plus 7, 32. Next, 999 minus 677 equals to 322. Just join those. 4, 5, 6, 3, 2, 3, 2, 2. This is the answer. Okay. Three, two, two. Correct. Okay. Just for the sake of revision, even I will give the case 1, case 2, and case 3 also. Just do it for 5 more minutes. After that, I'll hand over the class to Guru Garu. Just for revision, 5 more minutes. 999 into 729. Equal number of digits. Case 1. I have given case 1. You please do it and pick the answer. You can use pen and paper. Seven two eight two seven one is the correct answer. 729 minus 1, 728. 9 minus 7, 2. 9 minus 2, 7. 9 minus 8, 1. If you are able to answer without pen and paper, that is the objective of this course. At this stage, if you need, use pen and paper, not a problem. But by end of the course, you should be doing without pen and paper. Do this. Okay. Next one. This is the case 2, where previous number has less number of digits. Okay. $645. 3 digits are there. To balance the number of digits, I am placing left appending 0 and then subtract 1, 0, 6, 4, 4. And 9 minus 0, 9, 9 minus 6, 3, 9 minus 4, 5, 9 minus 4, 5. Next, last question. Today's model, 999 into 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Today's model. This is the last question. Okay, I'm doing 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, and then bisection 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 minus 3, 4, 5 equal to 3, 4, 5, 3, 3, 2, and then 999 minus 677 equals to 3, 2, 2. Just join those. 3, 4, 5, 3, 3, 2, 3, 2, 2. This is the answer. Sorry, here 3, 2, 2. It was that. No. 3, 4, 5. 6 minus 3, 3. 7 minus 4, 3. 7 minus 5, 2. Correct. Okay. That's all for today. Hand over to you, Guru Garu.
Now, still time is there. Bhaskar Garu has closed very early. Then I will take up next part of our Vedic maths.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
I
I will
from
enter.
now onwards,
Yeah, now I will enter
from
into
now onwards,
screen share. I will go to
from now
screen share.
onwards, I decided to be short, sharp, and sweet.
Now, today, Venkat Garu, are you able to see me on my screen?
Yes, I can. We can see, sir. Yeah, it is in Telugu.
Yeah, it is in Telugu, actually. Yeah, Pauluri Ganitam. Pauluri Ganitam.
Guru Garu, I am signing out for a personal work.
Okay, okay, please, no problem. Please, thank you very much.
Okay, bye.
Thank
చాలా బాగా చెప్పారు.
Thank you, thank you. Now,
Thank you.
now again from Pauluri Ganitam. Actually, last time I promised that I will give you a very big poem. But before reaching that, actually, if you want to see that poem, I will show you. Okay, just I will show you that poem because I promised. Screen sharing has stopped. Shared window is closed. Oh, yeah. Very interesting poem is, sir. excellent poem. This actually, you should get by heart. I think you are able to see this poem.
లేదు ఓన్లీ ఇది అన్ని ఫైల్స్
Folders, we can only see folders.
So,
We have to stop and-
is it? I see.
Yeah.
I will
Stop
come
and
back.
start.
Screen sharing. No. No, has it come? That shlok poem? No.
No,
లేదండి
ఇంకా కనిపించదు.
Valida. Then what shall I do? Are you able to see now? No, even now. Then I think I'll go back. Stop screen, stop share, share screen. This one, then share, then close this, open this. Shared window is closed.
మీరు ఒకసారి ఓపెన్ చేసుకున్న తర్వాత దాన్ని షేర్ చేయండి.
ఓపెన్ చేసుకున్నాక ఓకేనమ్మా.
so while Kruger is bringing up the file, so Pavluri Mallanna is a great mathematician. So in the 11th or 12th century, right, sir? So he's the one of the translations from Leelavati Ganitam.
Are you able to-
Telugu.
Has it come, sir? No. Even now.
No, sir. You have to open that file and stop sharing and start share again.
Okay, sir. I will close it and then.
Now,
No, sorry.
share screen.
Stop. ఎక్కడ రికార్డింగ్ ఇది ఎక్కడ కలవట్లేదు.
When you start share, there will be multiple screens.
విండో మినిమైజ్ చేసి ముందు మీరు డెస్క్టాప్ లో అది ఓపెన్ చేయండి. చేసిన తర్వాత
చేస్తున్నాను. ఇప్పుడు మా స్క్రీన్ కనిపిస్తుందమ్మా?
ఇంకా లేదండి, కనిపించట్లేదు.
ఓకే. ఇప్పుడు స్క్రీన్ చేయగలము. స్క్రీన్ షేర్. డెస్క్టాప్ ఏకేవి పాతది వచ్చింది. డెస్క్టాప్ I'm not able to pick up your suggestions, sir, somehow. I will try only once. Otherwise, I will read out.
Stop and start sharing. You were able to show earlier.
Yeah, I was able to.
Yes, now it is coming. Yes, it has come.
What again?
It stopped again, but it has come. Yes.
I cannot minimize. I I can exit. No, sir.
You were able to share. Just now it came.
Screen share again. Yeah. No screen share. No share as a Bharati. No share.
Yes, now.
Now some other thing has
Yes.
come.
Correct. Excel.
Now you are able to see my desktop.
It is coming only that Excel screen.
No, that is already closed. I have closed it.
Then you have to stop share.
I have to stop share. The heritage project. Yeah. Are you able to see now? No.
You can see the folder. After opening the file, you can share again. You have to stop share again now. After open the file, start.
New share. Now share.
Yes, now we can see.
You are able to see?
Yes,
Huh? You are able to see?
yes, perfect. Yes.
Okay, sir. Then,
Me, all the children, perseverance.
are you able to see now, other children?
Yes, sir.
Then,
See, children, you all now understand. If you don't get one time, you cannot stop. You continue.
tenacity, dhrutir drushti. Actually,
Yes, we learned
what I wanted
today.
to, just please be online. I'll come back again. This same, are you able to see now at least the screen? I'm changing.
Yes,
it.
we can see, sir. Yes.
Okay, please wait with me. Please wait for me. Now you are able to see.
Yes, sir. 8th question. Yeah. Udaharana 8.
Now at least, now see how beautifully I have written the poems. It is a mathematics. Rudrambara Rudrula Varusa Nidi Sita Ruchirandhramulan Tadrashi Penchi Choppumu Rudraarchita Pushpatilaka Ruper Padagan. This is a poem written about 900 years back by Paulur Malana. Okay, and see all the words again. Please repeat. Venkatkar, please repeat this shloka.
Yes, sir.
Pajam.
Yes, sir.
Rudrambara
Rudrambara.
Rudrambara
Rudrambara.
Rudrula
Rudrula.
Varusa Nidi
Varusanidi.
Sita Ruchi
Sita Ruchi.
Randhramulan
Randhramulan.
Tadrasi Penchi Choppumu Tadrasi Penchi Choppumu
Tadrashi Penchi Chappumu.
Rudraarchita
Rudraarchita.
Pushpatilaka
Pushpatilaka.
Ruperpadagan.
Ruperpadagan.
ఏంటంటే హియర్ see last time మనం రామబాహులు చెప్పుకున్నాం. ఐ థింక్ మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ యూ రిమెంబర్ రామబాహులు ఆ జ్ఞాపకం ఉంది కదా, రామరాములు. There we have given meanings for different words. There I told you Chandra stands for one. Similarly, Bhumi also stands for one. Bahu stands for two. Bahu, that is the shoulders or eyes or ears. They are the words indicating those items. They will be representing value 2. Agni, Rama, these words indicate value 3. And Rama Vardhulu, Vardhi is a ocean, that indicates 4. Sayaka means yaros, they indicate 5. Shastra, that indicates 6. Then similarly the mountains, Rama Parvataka, then 7. Then elephants, 8. 9 is indicated by Navaratnas, because that is a very popular word, or Navarandharas. Randhara means holes. A body is having 9 holes. So that is also Randhara means 9. That is indicated. Similarly, 10 is Avatara, Dashavataras. Then Rudra is Ekadashi Rudras. 11 Rudras are there. Here actually I should read out a mantra. Who are those 11 Rudras? Which mantra indicates those 11 Rudras? That is very famous. Namasomaya cha Rudraya cha. This is a word from our Abhisheka, Rudra Abhisheka, we use it from Namaka part. The Namasoma, two words constitute one Rudra, except in one case. Namasoma, you can count. Namasomaya cha Rudraya cha. Namastamraya cha Runaya cha. Namasyangaya cha Pashupataye cha. Nama Ugraya cha Bhimaya cha. Namo Agre Vadhaya cha Dure Vadhaya cha. Namo Hantre cha Haniyase cha. Namo Vrukshebhyo Harikeshebhyaha. Namastaraya. Namasyambhave cha Mayo Bhave cha. Namasyankaraya cha Mayaskaraya cha. Namasyivaya cha. Shivataraya cha. Namasyivaya cha Shivataraya cha. These are the 11 Rudra forms of Lord Rudra. So Rudra, the word Rudra indicates 11. And then what about 0? Sky is indicated by 0. Sky has got different names. Gaganam, Ambaram, Kha, like this, these are the words. Now here you see Rudra, Ambara. Rudra means 11. Ambara means 0. So you put Rudra, Ambara, 110, it becomes. Then again one more Rudra, Ambara. One more Rudra and one more Ambara. That is 110, 110. Then followed by Rudras, Rudrulan. That is 11. So the one number is indicated by Rudrambara, Rudrambara, Rudras. That is 110, 110, 11. This is the meaning of the first two half of 1.5 lines. Then second number, Sita Ruchi, that is cold rays, is nothing but moon. So that actually we will find out here. Sita Ruchi means Chandra, that is moon. Already told you Ramachandrulu, Chandra stands for 1. So Sita Ruchi stands for 1. Then Randharas, 9. So what will be the number? I told you Ankanam Vamato Gatihi. The numbers will be starting from right, from one's place, and then they spread left side. So the 1 goes into 1's place and 9 goes into 10's place. So the total number 2 becomes 91. So now what he is asking is, if you multiply, now you see Rudrambara, Rudrambara, Rudrula Varusanidi, that is with the first number, Sita Ruchirandhramulan with the second number, Tadrasin Penchi, that is multiply. Then tell me, Chepumi means Chepumu, that is answer, give the answer, that is tell me the answer. What happens? What is the final form you are getting? What is the answer? That is here actually our interest is in deciphering the meanings of the words in a mathematical way. So once we are given the number, that is multiply 110, 110, 11 into 91. How much? This actually, how you can do is, that is 110, 110, 11 into 90 within brackets. 90 plus 1, they constitute 91. So in one line, you multiply by 90. Second line with the remaining one, that is 1 into 110, 110, 11. So once you are multiplying by 90 means you can put 0, multiply all the digits by 9s. So 9 ones are 9, 9 ones are 9, 9 zeros are 0. Again 9 ones are 9, 9 ones are 9, 9 zeros are 0. Then 9 ones are 9, 9 ones are 9. Followed by this multiplying 10, that is 0. So ultimately the first number when you multiply with 90, you will be getting 990, 990, 990. Then with 1 you multiply 110, other full number, 1 into 110, 110, 11. It will be like this only. Then you add, it is nothing but multiplying by 91. You will, when you are adding 1 plus 0, 1, 1 plus 9, 0. Again, like this, once you add, it will be getting 1 plus 1, 1 plus 9, 0. Again, that 1 plus 9, 0. Then you are getting a carry. Then 2, like this, you will be getting a final answer of 1002, 002, 001. This is the answer. Our interest is in getting by heart this poem. Next class, you should be able to recite this poem. Again, I will chant out Rudram. You also chant yourself. Rudrambara, Rudrambara, Rudrula Varusanidi, Sita Ruchirandhramulam, Tadrasi Penchi Cheppumu, Rudrarchita Pushpatilaka, Ruper Padagan. This is the meaning. Okay. How mathematics has developed in India 1,000 years back. This is a small example. Actually, we are having today several examples like this. Those things I will show you later on. Nice of you, sir. Now, finally, let us have this closing shloka. Kayena vacha manasendriyairva buddhyatmana va prakrute svabhavat karomi yadyat sakalam parasmai Narayanaayeti samarpayami. Hari Om Tatsat Brahmarpanamastu.
So,
I think the children must.
మై గురుగారు
చెప్పమ్మా.
వచ్చిన నంబర్ ని తిరిగేసి చూసినా అదే నంబర్ వస్తుంది.
అదమ్మా అంచేత నిన్ను కూర్చోబెట్టారు క్లాస్ లోనమ్మా. ఆ నెంబర్ అలాంటి నెంబర్ని ఏమంటారు తెలుసా? తిరగేసిన అదే నెంబర్ రావాలి, అలాంటి నెంబర్ని ఏమంటారు? ఉదాహరణకి 1 2 3 4 5 4 3 2 1 అని అన్నాం అనుకో. అయితే చిన్న ఎగ్జాంపుల్ 1 2 1, ఇటు నుంచి చూసినా అదే నెంబర్, అటు నుంచి చూసినా అదే నెంబర్. దాన్ని ఏమంటారు తెలిసిన? నెక్లెస్ నెంబర్స్. నెక్లెస్ నెంబర్ అంటే మనకి నెక్లెస్ లో బీడ్స్ ఉన్నాయనుకో, చిన్న పూస, ఇంకొంచెం పెద్ద పూస, ఇంకొంచెం పెద్ద పూస, మధ్యలో లాకెట్ దగ్గర వచ్చాడు పెద్ద పూస, మళ్ళీ తిరగేసేటప్పుడు మళ్ళీ చిన్న పూస, బుల్లి పూస, ఇంకా చిన్న పూస, అలా వస్తాయి కనుక దీని పేరు తెలుగులో ఏమంటారంటే మణికంఠహార సంఖ్య. మణికంఠహారం, కంఠహారం మీన్స్ నెక్లెస్, కంఠంలో వేసుకునే హారం, ఆభరణం. ఆ సంఖ్యల్ని, అలాంటి నెంబర్ని మనం రివర్స్ లో ఉన్నాయని ఇప్పుడు చెప్పి చూసా, అలాంటి నెంబర్ మణికంఠహార సంఖ్య అంటారు దాన్ని.
ఎలాగైతే వికట కవి, కిటికీ,
అలాంటి పదాలే నెంబర్ తో ఆడుకునేవారు మన వాళ్ళు. ఓకేనమ్మా, వెరీ
అయితే
నైస్.
మనం కొత్త కొత్త నంబర్స్ చేసేది 100.
చాలా ఉన్నాయి మళ్ళీ క్లాస్ చెప్పేసుకుందాం. మరి ఇంకా భోజనం లేట్ అవుతుంది కదా మరి ఇక్కడ వాళ్ళకి. ఏమా అది ఇంకా ఏమైనా ఉంటే క్వశ్చన్స్ ఏమైనా ఉంటే 2 నిమిషాలు క్వశ్చన్స్ అడగడానికి ఏమైనా ఉంటే అడగండి గబగబా అడిగేయండి. అయ్యా ఒక్కసారి అందరు అటెండెన్స్ తీసేసుకోండి సార్, ఒక్కసారి అన్ని స్క్రీన్స్ చూసేయండి.
మీరు అన్మ్యూట్ చేసుకోవచ్చు అండి, ఆప్షన్ ఇచ్చాను, ఎవరైనా ప్రశ్న ఉంటే
అన్మ్యూట్ చేసుకోవచ్చు.
అయ్యా సేవ్ చేయండి సార్ అందరూ కూడా ఒకసారి.
గురుగారు
అమ్మా చెప్పమ్మా.
మీరు ఆ పద్యానికి లాస్ట్ లైన్
రుద్రాంబరా ఇంకా పెద్ద పెద్ద పద్యాలు వస్తాయి ఇప్పుడు, అందుకోసం మెల్లగా నేర్చుకుందాం, కంగారేం లేదు మనకి, అన్ని వస్తాయి, అన్ని చెప్తాం.
Sir.
Okay, sir.
Sir, do you have the poem in Devanagari Lipi?
Yeah, I will write it and then I will send you, sir. This is a poem written in, actually the main words are of Sanskrit words only. Only the dumu, what you call it, the ending, the terminals, only those things will be changing. In Telugu is nothing but 90% of Sanskrit, sir. I will put it in Devanagari and then I will send it. Okay, sir?
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
You please give your number to me or I will send it. I will put it in the website. Devanagari website is there.
I will send a WhatsApp message to you, sir.
Please. You have my number with you?
Yes, sir, I have.
Otherwise, those people they can note down. It is +91 98494 98. Repeat just now. 98494 59316.
గురుగారు
I will send it to Venkat garu. He will display and then he will arrange it to all the people.
గురుగారు
Amma.
I don't know Telugu, like I can't so by heart the poem, so
I
can
will
you
send it.
send,
Nana, I will send you. No problem.
sir, can you send it in English?
Yeah, I will send it in English or Devanagari. Both the things. Today you see one poem I have given in English also. Drusheskanda Murti I have given you in the beginning. Similarly, I will send in English. Transliteration, we call it. That also we will do it. Skanda, we have given your poem today in English as well as Telugu. You have to get by heart by next time.
Thank you, Gurugaru.
Okay, sir.
You all know this is 1100, more than 1000 years ago all these shlokas were written.
Yeah.
1000 years back, original shlokas, Ganita Sara Sangraha.
The original works was they were written in about 1200 years back, 8th century, sir.
1200 years.
About 1300 years or 1400 years back they were written.
1300 years ago.
Great.
You all, can you imagine more than 100 years ago how it was? 1000 years ago.
That is the greatness of India, that you should get it. Okay, that is the objective of this course. Jappamma, please tell me.
మీరు స్కందుడిది ఒక శ్లోకం చెప్పారు కదా, అది సుబ్రహ్మణ్య భుజంగం నుంచి కదా?
అవునమ్మా, శంకరాచార్యులు వారు రాసినటువంటి చెప్పినటువంటిదమ్మా. అందులోదేనమ్మా, అంతంగా ఉంటాయి, చదువుకోవడానికి ఎంతో బాగుంటాయి. అందులో దట్ ఇండికేట్స్ హౌ అవర్ డివోషన్ షుడ్ బి, హౌ ది ఈచ్ పార్ట్ షుడ్ బి కాన్సన్ట్రేటింగ్ ఆన్ లార్డ్. దట్ ఇస్ ద పర్పస్ ఆఫ్ ఇట్.
గురుగారు
చెప్పమ్మా.
వేద గణితంలో ఇప్పుడు మీరు ఒక శ్లోకం చెప్పారు కదా, ఒక పద్యం చెప్పారు కదా,
అవునమ్మా.
అది ఎవరు రాశారు?
ఎవరమ్మా? అది పావులూరి మల్లన్న. పావులూరి మల్లన్న.
పావులూరి మల్లన్న. పావులూరి గణితం అని పెద్ద గ్రంథము.
Actually, his grandfather name also is Pauluri Mallanna. He was a great astronomer, and he was in the time of our first poet of Telugu, Nannaya. Nannaya garu and Pauluri, this mathematician Pauluri Mallanna's grandfather, Pauluri Mallanna, both are contemporaries. Both were working at the time of Rajaraja Narendra at Rajahmundry. That is the great historical information. Okay, sir. So with all your best wishes, and I wish you all the best for all of you. Again, we'll meet next week, and you should get by heart all the poems, shlokas, okay? And then we'll come up with additional things in the additional techniques of mathematics. So wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye.
Gurugaru. Gurugaru, bye. Gurugaru.
Thank you.
Bye, sir.
Bye, sir.
Bye, bye.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.